Okay, good morning everybody. Lovely to see so many of you. My name is Warren Cowan, I'm Greenlight's CEO. I'm just going to be setting the scene today for Christmas coming early for Digital Marketors and Christmas in July. I see you've all discovered your Greenlight pens. We just thought we'd actually just, if you just want to do us a favour, if couple of the guys on the Google guys are going to take a picture and just post it up onto the Google Plus page for this particular event. So I was wondering, Vince, do you want to get your camera ready or something? And,
yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
And if I could just ask you all to just whack your Greenlight pen and just hold it up. There we go. Okay, wonderful. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you. It does go out, don't worry. So today is about planning early for Christmas. And Christmas in July, it's not just a good idea because Christmas is the peak for many brands in terms of their trade. It's not just a good idea because Christmas is an opportunity to tune up and refresh the digital marketing strategies. For a number of years I've seen people converge on Christmas in trying to refine what it is they're doing. But it's a good idea because the rapid pace of change that is going on in the digital marketing landscape at the moment, and that change is exponential. And let me just explain that. Come back on a short journey with me. When I was, well, long before I founded Greenlight, I was a junior spotty ad exec in an advertising agency. It wasn't digital at the time. We're talking in the late 90s. And I was working on one of the automotive accounts. And we were fortunate enough to go with the client into an Ambassadors of Future Media presentation. And basically it was a meeting with the agency and the client. And ambassadors came from the mediums, if you will, to sort of present the future of the next decade of their particular medium. So someone came from Carlton and was presenting the future of terrestrial television and how that was going to go digital. Somebody came from Sky and they were presenting the future of Sky television and satellite and cable. Somebody came from the magazine industry for some reason. Somebody came from radio. And basically everyone came to basically present the next decade of how their media was going to progress. Now, curiously, and perhaps not surprisingly in hindsight, there was no man from the internet that day. Although I'm sure it would have been one of these people here had they been there. And I'm sure if there had been someone there from the internet that day, I'm sure they would have had some very sharp wake-up calls for all the media owners, all the marketers, and all the agency people sitting around the table. And one of the things they were really pushing at the time, Sky was really pushing the red button. No pun intended, but basically the red button was going to be the future of television media and the way it would change how we all engage with our customers. And that sort of stays with me this day because the red button took a long time to go pretty much absolutely nowhere. And things that weren't talked about on that day went everywhere and become ubiquitous with what we now know and do. And that stays with me as an indicator of the alarming pace of change that digital proposes to us, and it's exponential. Simple marketing plans are complicating. I remember many marketers used to have a very simple line of search, display, email, affiliate, and now that's fragmenting all over the place. Blogs and social are emerging as sublines in every single channel that we're working in. Search is fragmenting into contextual, behavioral, pre-targeting, retargeting. So we're seeing huge channel fragmentation. Not only that, online user behavior is changing. The internet used to be the place where brands would set up their stores and the users would come and go, usually on the ebb and flow of the marketing that we pushed and pulled on them. And they would dial in, come to our stores, and then they would go back out of the internet. And that's now all changed, and now the user is the core of the internet. And what we see is brands trying to maneuver and position themselves around the consumer being the fabric of the internet, work out what screens they need to be in, work out whether they need to be on Google Plus and on Twitter and on Facebook and on YouTube, and what about our site? Do we have a Facebook store? And the entire medium is becoming fragmented. And it's not just being fragmented in terms of channels, it's being fragmented across the television, across the PC, across the mobile, and even the mobile is no longer just the mobile. We're already seeing distinctly different behaviors on tablets and mobile phones. So you've got medium fragmentation, you've got fragmentation in behavior, you've got fragmentation in screens. And that's change happening at an exponential rate. Now, I work with a lot of change consultants, and I was talking to one the other week, and he had a very interesting analogy about the exponential pace of change and what it's going to mean for the way we need to react. And he posed an analogy that if you can imagine yourself at a football game, and you're in the stadium, and you're sitting right at the back in the rafters, right at the top of the stadium, and a drop of water materializes in the center of the pitch, just a small droplet of water. And every second, that droplet of water doubles in size. So 1 drop becomes 2, 2 become 4, 4 become 8, and so on and so forth. Exponential growth. How long would it be before you drowned at the top and the back of the stadium? We didn't know really what to say. Turns out it was 49 minutes. And that is another one of those things that hits home, that from the time that you see change beginning to happen, from the point that you see it becoming all around you, it's actually too late. And you have to be disruptive, and you have to embrace that disruption and innovate and change to the changing face of the digital landscape. Now, all the panelists here are disruptive in some way, either in how they're reshaping the media or how they're reshaping how marketers can be disruptive and make sure that their marketing programs for the remainder of the year and for Christmas can navigate that sea of change in digital. So I'm going to basically just go through who we've got here now. We've got people from Google and Facebook, of course, we need absolutely no introduction. Sysomos, Brandwatch and Cred, who are all heavily involved in social media and influence analysis. YouTube, Criteo, who's involved heavily in retargeting and display advertising. And of course Hydra, which is a digital platform for integrating search and social. And all of that's going to be chaired by Simon Rogers over there, who's our Director of Social, so if you have any questions.
Good morning.
And Simon's our head of social media at Greenlight, and he's done lots of work in social long before everyone was talking about it. And Simon's been working with brands like the BBC, Diageo, Volkswagen, Cadbury's in terms of their disruptive social digital strategy. So let us begin by giving just a warm round of applause to our panel, and they can introduce themselves and take you through what they today.
Andrew, do you want to say hello?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Andrew Grill from Cred, cred.com. You may have heard of one of our competitors, Clout. We're like them, just better.
My name's John Hudson, and I lead agency development at Criteo.
My name's Fintan Gillespie, and I work on the UK agency team in Google. I look after specialist agencies.
Hello, my name is Dennis Crushell. I work in the retail team in Google. The last 4 years, this is going to be my 4th Christmas within Google.
Hello, my name is Brian Tukey. I work for Brandwatch. We're a social media monitoring company.
Hi, my name's Ross Hitcher and I work for MarketWire, but many of you may well recognise us as Sysomos. We also do social media monitoring, but we also have a suite of other products, some of which Greenlight use for sort of SEO purposes and things like that.
Hi, my name's Ruth Zora. I'm here from Hydra, the integrated search technology platform.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Catherine Flynn from Facebook. I manage our UK mid-market team. We're based in Dublin.